Hi guys, this is Nicole Mack. Welcome to Rude Podcast. I'm your host. Today episode is episode 8. So today episode is personal. We're talking about depression, anxiety, stress, and panic attack. These are things that millions of people live with every day. Yet so many people su- suffer in silence because they're afraid someone will judge them or tell them just get over it or you're crazy. If you ever had a panic attack like I did, if you ever cried yourself to sleep like I did, if you ever felt overwhelmed like I did, this episode is for you. Sometimes depression looks like getting up, going to work, smiling, taking care of your family, and then coming home completely exhausted. Sometimes it's spending your birthday out feeling alone. Sometimes it feels empty when everyone else around you think you're okay. People think depression always have a face. Sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes it hides behind a smile. So we're gonna talk about anxiety because depression is one thing, and to have anxiety on top of anxiety, on top of depression is another whole. So I'll say I have anxiety where I was driving to work and I had to pull over my car because I thought something terrible was about to happen. My heart start racing, my hands start shaking, my breathing change or would change. I am driving and all of a sudden out of nowhere I'm thinking I'm about to die and I need to get off this freeway because I don't want to hurt someone else or I don't want to hurt myself. So I just pulled over and start breathing. When you have anxiety, your mind convinces you something is wrong, even when everything around you looks normal, which it did. When you have depression and you have anxiety, you do not see that. And if a person who battles with this knows exactly what I'm talking about. So when you have panic attacks now, with depression and anxiety, you don't think people understand what a panic attack really feels like until they experience one. In that moment, you honestly think you're dying. You can't catch your breath. Your chest feels tight. Your heart starts racing. Your body feels out of control. Your vision may blur, and you may feel dizzy. Your health is important. I think you need to find out, like with a therapist, if you're going through all this, you need to find out what is causing this experience of anxiety. My mind would just race, my heart would just beat fast. I would worry about things that have not happened yet. Overthinking, panicking, fear of the future, fear of losing people, fear causing of childhood trauma, always expecting something bad to happen. I have therapy. I go to therapy every week. I walk, I talk to people like I'm talking to you guys now. I'm learning how to breathe, meditate, trust in God, taking everyday stress one one step at a time. You will overwhelmed with bills. If you have a special ed child, you're overwhelmed with that situation, but then you have to breathe through it like I did. Sometimes you lose interest in things you once enjoyed. You feel an emotion exhausted. You feel lonely, even when people around you. You question your purpose. Some people feel numb instead of sad. Some struggle with this experience. So I pray for everyone listening today who's feeling overwhelmed by depression, anxiety, stress, or panic attack. When fear feels bigger than hope, remember them that they are not alone. Give them peace when their mind is racing. Give them strength when they're feeling weak. Surround them with people who will listen, encourage them, and walk beside them. Help them have the courage to reach out for support when they need it, and remind them that healing is possible, even if it comes one step at a time. So, I tell you a story. So, I was in a car, like I said before, and I was just driving, and out of nowhere, the panic and anxiety just attacked me. I didn't know what was going on for this to be happening to me because I was just fine when I left the house, but it did. So I just want to say that I thought I was going to die, and it was so surreal. I was crying. I was trying to call some people, but my hands were shaking too bad. I couldn't call, and I was asking Siri to do it, but it wasn't coming out correctly because I was crying. I want to dedicate this conversation to everyone who ever, ever had these depression, anxiety, or stress, or bipolar. Sometimes healing looks like getting out of bed when you don't feel like it. And sometimes it looks like taking a shower. Sometimes it looks like making your bed. Sometimes it looks like taking a walk with your dog. Sometimes it looks like coloring in a coloring book instead of sitting with your anxiety thoughts. And one thing I started doing, I started coloring, which it helps me. I'll show you my little thing. I'm gonna keep my day job, but I just want to show you like I did this. I mean, I've been just sketching lately. So sometimes it looks like calling your therapist. Sometimes it looks like praying through your tears. So we celebrate big victories, but don't forget to celebrate the small ones too. Those steps are still progress. If you're listening today and you're struggling with depression, anxiety, stress, or panic attacks, I want to make yourself one promise. I want you to make yourself one promise, please. I beg you. Even if today is hard, stay. If tomorrow feels uncertain, stay. Keep reaching for help. Keep praying, keep breathing, keep believing that healing is possible. You don't have to be perfect to get better. Just pray. Episode with this episode here, may it bring you more peace than fear, more healing than hurt, more laughter than tears, and more confidence than doubt becomes another chapter in your testimony. And may the same encouragement you pour into others find its way back to you in your own heart. I want to say, me having depression, anxiety, and all the things that I named, it was hard for me to talk about that right now because, like I said, people will say you're crazy, or she's crazy, or she's crazy, she's crazy. That's not. Sometimes I feel misunderstood. Those are your own experience and feelings. They're different from stating as facts why someone else made a decision about your own life. I think the most memorable ending of the episode will be something like mental illness is one big part of a person's life. If it's not the whole person, before you judge someone by a diagnosis, take the time to see their heart, hear the stories, and remember that healing is possible. Living with bipolar. Today, bipolar is often misunderstood. When someone hear bipolar, the word disorder, they immediately become afraid or make assumptions. They may think someone is diagnosed unstable or unable to live a normal life, but that isn't the whole story. Living with bipolar doesn't define who I am. It's one person of, it's one part of my life, but it's not my identity. Like many people, I have had days when I struggle. I experienced depression, anxiety, panic attacks, anxiety attacks, and times when I feel like overwhelmed. I have had moments when I needed help, when I needed to slow down and when I needed to take care of my mental health. But also work caring for my family, building a business, creating podcasts, loving people, serve, serve, um, serving my community, and contribute. So when you have bipolar disorder, it doesn't mean you can't have a meaningful life. You know your triggers. You have to know your triggers. You have to know when someone is like testing your trigger, and you have to get away from them. You have to move, and you have to move quickly because it will trigger your bipolar. You don't need people triggering you, so stay away from them. You're learning your healthy routines. You ask for help when you need it, and you take treatment seriously and keep going and going. So if you take medication or you have health insurance or you can't have health insurance and you try to apply for health insurance, try to take the medication. It helps. It works. If someone judges you because of your diagnosis, remember this. You are seeing you are seeing a label, not your heart. You don't have to spend your life proving your worth to anyone. Keep taking care of yourself, keep showing up, keep living your life. There are times in my life when I felt like people heard the word mental illness before they even got to know me. Before I could even explain who I was, I felt like assumptions were already made. That experience hurt because mental illness doesn't tell the whole story of a person. Then living with anxiety and depression, living with bipolar or panic attacks doesn't automatically make someone dangerous. It doesn't mean they can't love, work, care for a child, or contribute to their community. Many people are managing mental health conditions while raising families, working jobs, going to school, and helping others every single day. That keeps the empathy as on the large issue, how stigma affect people rather than one legal case. I will also include my experience. For me, my anxiety wasn't just for feeling nervous. There were times I had to pull over while driving, as I explained, because I wasn't having a good day. I was having a panic attack, and it came out of nowhere. Depression wasn't just sadness, it was getting through the day, feeling heavy, but also learning that getting help, taking care of myself, and, and continue to move forward. One thing I will always avoid in my statement about why people judge rules the way that they do, it's okay to say, I feel like I wasn't fully heard. Sometimes it feels like you in a world by yourself. It feels like people don't understand you. People take you for granted. People will use you. People will you spend your money, basically rob you because of your diagnosis, your depression, and take advantage of it. So you have to be careful. You have to watch out for that as well. So I just like to say an affirmation. I choose peace over fear. I choose hope over despair. And one day at a time, I am healing. Thank you for joining the Blue Podcast. If today episode touch your heart, please share it with someone you may remember. Healing doesn't heal overnight. Just don't give up on yourself. Namaste. Until next time, please take care of yourself and give yourself grace. Give yourself love. Love yourself. Go in the bathroom and smile and say you love yourself. You know you got this, and you can you you can live the next day and be yourself.